Is he gonna go for a Hunt's all-in again, I wonder? It's the same strat he's facing, same as yesterday. The strat he attempted was the Huntress AP all-in, which failed again. That Sok defended so well. Then Sok had a huge lead that Moon was fighting against and trying to come back from, but could not really manage. Looking at the footy though, the creep route here for FORTI is going to be different. It is not the instant expansion that Sok was going for, but rather early Merc camp.
Okay, heavy creeping for both players. Moon made 2 archers before uprooting his Ancient of War, and he actually brought 2 wisps to repair. Ancient of War is taking a lot of damage. Speaking about damage, Moon is not dealing additional damage with his Demon Hunter. There's no immolation. Okay, now when I said it, of course, he decided to skill it, and yes, the creeping is ongoing.
Yeah, this early Merc camp creep is a lot worse for humans these days, because you don't get the Shadow Priest early. You have to wait until 3 minutes, which is quite a while. Surely gonna build a farm there. Oh, sick item though for the MK. Sobi Mask. A mana item for the very mana-hungry hero.
Yes, that's the item that you want to get very early on. It's a permanent item, so the longer game goes, the better it's for you. And Sobi Mask is already working hard on providing additional mana regen. Even though Machine King is the most, not the most intelligent hero. But look at this, already mana well spent. 1 archer down. But as long as human is not expanding, I think Moon is pretty happy about that. MK is in the middle of the map. He needs to go back into expansion position. Fortitude is pulling militia as we speak. I'm counting how many. 6 peasants in militia form are going to join us. And yes, there he is, Forestall Shadow Priest in a beautiful white color. But yes, he's not as good as he used to be, but for healing, he's exactly the same, and there is nothing to dispel just yet. So yes, this MK needs a healer, I guess.
Yeah, he's got the mana region covered, I guess, with the Sobi Mask, although right now he's still completely out of mana. And the Shadow Priest gives the healing. Heroes that are normally not very playable on certain maps, the Shadow Priest healing makes them more playable, like MK, like Dreadlord, like Warden. You know, on defensive maps, especially with expansions. Big last hit here, though. Goes to the MK's item stolen. Demon Hunter gets the Ring of Protection. That's really good for him.
Yeah, and we saw that Moon still decided to go for the MK, right? MK got very, very, very low HP, and that proves us that Forestall Shadow Priest is really, really, really important here. But look at this, Moon is not going back, he's still hanging around. Level 3 MK, that's a good start for Fortitude. Moon has started a counter expansion in a tricky position. No hands all in this game. It's going to be 2 base versus 2 base. And Remo Demo, I have only one question that we are going to know the answer in like 1 minute. Tinker or not, we'll see about that. And the last comment from me, very nice scouting with invisible archers. Moon knows exactly what Fortitude is doing.
We have a Trio of Life coming up as a counter expansion. I'm kind of missing a footy scout here. Yesterday I made it a point to remind everyone how good Sok's footy scouting is and has been for a long time. And that was also visible yesterday in many of the games. But indeed, Fortitude lacking there in that regard a little bit. He's trying to scout with an MK Illusion. If the demon chases this MK Illusion all the way, then that's pretty suspicious. You might be wondering why. Why is this so important to you?
I'm just looking at this MK, he's enjoying the mana. The Sobi Mask description says increases the hero's rate of mana regeneration by 50% when worn. And the intelligence number is 19. It's not that low. For example, Naga level 1 has 22 intelligence, level 2 Demon Hunter 18. So this MK is not complaining. Look how defensively Fortitude is playing. He knows that Naga is on the battlefield. He knows that he doesn't have map control, and he's just chilling.
MK is close, or is at the Nile of Natural. I don't think he actually saw the Tree of Life, however. Didn't check there in the corner. It is a fairly well-known spot for a Tree of Life, but I guess Forti didn't quite check it there. Maybe he still has a good idea, though. There's few archers, there's no APs, there's no hunts coming, so likely there's just counter expansion somewhere that he has to find.
Bolt on the Demon Hunter, and I think Demon will be forced to teleport out. Can 3 Ancient of War eat the exit route for the Demon? We'll see about that. He's at 100 HP, a little bit lower and lower. Demon will have to teleport out, don't die.
What's this?
Moon survives, but Fortitude will get the camp now.
Lemon's purple with the resub. Thank you very much. MK wants to pick up the item this time. And
Mr. Remo, can you explain me? Sorry for cutting you. Double Forest Toe Shadow Priest. I thought that one is enough. What do you think is like for piercing damage? For some range damage? Do you like double Forest Troll here?
yeah, it's kind of common on Last Refuge, especially in the past when you got them earlier. It's just to have stuff, just to be safe, just to spend your money, which you have a lot of thanks to the expansion. Just get units, even if not the best units, just get them out to be strong on the map, to be able to do something. It's just 2 supply that does something for you. I think it doesn't really matter too much if it's super effective here. Maybe the healing can help a bit. Maybe the piercing damage can help a bit. But right now, piercing is not so necessary.
Okay, Twitch chat is saying that Moon denied experience with Ancient of War, like when I was like asking you about the priest, so sorry about that. So yes, Moon lowered the MK experience, which is nice, but still MK is not complaining, and now important fight. Remember, Demon Hunter has no TP, Fortitude in the killer mode.
We got boots on the MK as well, looking for that surround, locks it in, and something has been unlocked, you might say, for these humans. How different it is looking. Moon was bulletproof until yesterday in this matchup, seemingly, utterly unbeatable. Something changed, something flipped. Now also it seems like Fortitude is close to locking in the first map win.
I mean, killing Demon Hunter is definitely a good thing, but do we have a follow-up? I'm keeping eye on the Naga of Moon. MK with boost of speed, with Sobi Mask is just right-clicking the Mighty Naga. All of those footies are trying to cut down the Mighty Tree of Life.
Look at the MK. Giga Chad MK. He's just fighting the Elf army by himself. The Footy's taking out the expansion. If they get one more Wisp kill, by the way, MK's level 4. Also a huge level up. That bash gets so strong on level 2, level 1 already. Really respectable. Expo falls, the game's over. Expo falls, damn. This game is over.
Level 4 on the MK as well. Can we surround the Dryads? Are we even trying?
Oh, look at him go.
And Bash on top to celebrate. I mean, I'm not watching the Fortitude stream right now, but I think I imagine him wearing, you know, sunglasses, this like pilot jacket or whatever. He looks like a movie star, basically, with those gameplay.
Yeah, we're looking at a new dawn here. It feels like a new age in this matchup. Sok unlocked it all yesterday. Now, I hope I don't just say that, and then it's going to be Moon owning on the next 4 maps. That could also happen, who knows? But it feels different. It looks different right now.
And this patience, right? You said, oh, he's like not scouting the expansion. Fortitude says, no hurry, no hurry. He was sitting in his base, and Moon has enough of it. Ladies and gentlemen, 1-0 for Fortitude. There is hope for human players.
Yeah, interesting. Night Elf has lots of different options on this map. This creep here, the green, or the natural. That's basically the 3 that he has. I would say most Night Elves go for the natural creep these days. But I think this should be a safe one for Moon as well. He's going to get the circlet, he's going to get the big item in level 2. Very similar to map number 1. So I think it's a good start. But you also have to wonder, where does the Ancient of War go next? What can you do next? And that again might be a little problematic, because the lab is going to be hard to acquire.
And there's a pretty big camp in the middle of the map, so it's easy for the human to creepjack. And we saw already what happened in game number 1. You know, this Gnoll Overseer camp, there was a big creepjack. And Moon had to teleport out, and he didn't get the item, and MK got more and more momentum. But in this game, there's not going to be Mountain King, at least not as the first hero. We see Mighty Archmage in Altar of Kings, and you know, Fortitude can creep shop himself, so maybe everybody will have circlet in 1 minute or something.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Sok seemed to favor this map a lot for tower pushes. Go for the shop creep, get that level 2, circular 2 items, green, orange, boom, level 3. Make use of the power of militia creeping. Nobody gets level 3 as fast as the human, if uninterrupted.
Creeping with militia is very, very, very strong, that's for sure. Scouting by Fortitude, he wants to know what Moon is doing. Knowing Moon, it can be, you know, keeper sometimes. And yes, shop creeping for both. I'm going to count the circlets, Remo Demo. Because yes, do you think FORTI will sell his TP? I think so. He has to do it. He has to do it because he has the boss aura again.
Zog did get a little bit lucky as well yesterday with items. He got lots of claws of attack, sometimes even mantle. You really want to get damage items here on the Archmage. Ring of Protection is pretty bad, honestly, because you're going to go for a follow-up push, maybe even look for a Hunter's Hall, cancel. This is indeed going to be that one base play by FORTI.
Okay, Fortitude sold his TP, but got Dust of Appearance. Level creeping continues, of course. And nobody's complaining about the items so far, I guess. Now Moon can complain a little bit because he got Cloak of Shadows. Farm number 4 before taking is looks like expansion Demo.
Oh, excuse me. It is not the one base game. I thought with this creep route it was gonna be, but I guess not. Ooh. Does Moon realize this? He just detonated a Wisp. Did he scout the main base? Did you see that?
I haven't, but man, there's a lot of mind games, that's for sure. And maybe Moon will just solve this with just crossing the map. We'll see about that for sure. Both players are very close into getting level 3. But Fortitude needs one extra camp, of course, because he's not creeping as fast as... I mean, Moon needs one more camp, while Fortitude will get his level 3, will expand, I guess, and he'll protect it with water towers / big water elementals. Moon is going to buy something at the Mer camp. Okay, Boots of Speed, this Demon Hunter is very mobile. But what this solo Demon Hunter can do, I don't know. By the way, Archmage, where are you going?
Going back over to the shop. Wants to have boots, I suppose. Well, the Demon Hunter now thinking about going in against these peasants, but the footies are nicely here, ready to protect the workers. Selfless footmen, as so often, their lives might soon be sacrificed for the greater good. Moon does now know at least what's going on. And this is the expansion timing that we haven't seen from humans too much lately in this matchup. It's been a lot of fast expos, level 2 expansion, instant expansion, lots of MK, and Nida's got the perfect timing down of how to counter-expand against it, while also harassing. But now I feel like the answer isn't so clear at the moment when Moon is supposed to counter-expand.
I mean, I really enjoy the fact that Archmage is chasing entire Night Elf army and Demon Hunter was chasing entire human army. So yes, it's a highlight why we love heroes in Warcraft 3. But that being said, Mr. Remo Demo, human took exactly 0 economic damage, and the Ancient of War that you mentioned was of course spotted while going to the lab. And Fortitude will just run in circles, good luck, with creeping the middle.
Yeah, Moon certainly needs a Naga first before he can set up an expansion. But it's a Tinker! Oh, it's a Tinker harass. Back once again. These Clockwork Goblins going to be quite annoying, doing damage here to the peasants. The first Pocket Factory normally doesn't do too much damage. But then there might be a second and a third, and suddenly it starts adding up over time. AM returns home, going to take care of it. Of course, the expansion for the human is very reachable in the middle of the map, so FORTI can always fall back there quite quickly for defense.
Okay, so what's the plan for Moon? That's my question. He's going for lores, because now he needs to make a decision. He needs to expand or go tier 3 or tier 2 all-in. There is no other options here. Tinker tells me that maybe it's going to be an expansion, because Tinker is not like a pushing hero. Tinker needs levels. And man, this Archmage, no TP, no Staff of Teleportation, just running in circles. Is Fortitude going to cancel some lores? We'll see about that. But Moon heroes are approaching human expansion. There is action everywhere.
Yeah, I think the Tinker's really cool. Fun hero. Late game, amazing with rockets. But I feel like it's not the hero he needs right now. Doesn't he just need stability in the main base? Force back the human, dominate the map, force him to fall back. The aim right now can do whatever he wants. He's gonna find the Tree of Life. Not gonna happen. This Tinker is not working out at all so far.
And doesn't give that much map control, and there is 0 dead peasant so far. Only 1 dead footman for a human. Okay, now Demon Hunter is in the worker line, but Arcane Tower is in his range. And guys, remember, if Demon Hunter gets low mana, okay. But then when he gets low HP, you need to heal him from Moonwells. And healing mana is so expensive, of course. So this Demon Hunter is actually losing a lot of HP right now, because I'm talking about like a future HP.
Think you asked for with the resub. Archers coming in here. They're gonna get the tower cancelled. This is now a little bit more pressure towards the human expansion. But militia should be called to alleviate the pressure. Good healing cancelled there by the demon as well. But we have one water elemental. Still some footies here. And this is a pretty easy defense in the end. And Moon, he seems a bit off the mark here. Goes for the Tinker, doesn't work out. Goes for the Expo, doesn't work out. Goes for the push, doesn't really work out. Seems like he had the wrong read as to what FORTI was doing in the early game. It's kind of night and day compared to what Moon looked like just a week ago.
Okay, so Moon is re-expanding again, but in a different position. He's still not attacking, by the way, Mr. Demo. So when I will tell you that it's like 2 base, but Human Expo is running, Naval Expo is not running yet, and they are on the same tech. It's usually good for the human. It's very good for the human. Speaking of which, we have Scroll of Healing and Scroll of Regen in the Archmage inventory. Okay, Mr. Demo, second hero. MK, Blood Mage, Panda, Naga, what is your choice?
And Naga is the flavor of the month. We've been seeing her returning. I think that Naga is extremely boring, but, you know, it is what it is. It is not Naga, it is the Mountain King instead, and it's the AM getting chased heavily into the main base. Doesn't want to blow that heal scroll just for himself, but the demon doesn't want to follow in either. Didn't have a TP, he might have died right there. Tinker now creeping, taking a lot of damage, everything's very hurt. Oi! Everything is super hurt. Normally he's great at creeping with Pocket Factory. He doesn't have mana.
Okay, that was that. Okay, one archer, -1, -1. Mamma mia.
This is a disaster.
I mean, this and see how much moon juice we have. Okay, the moon wells are kind of full, so that's good. But those we can't heal the dryads. The water elemental is here. One dryad just died to water elemental, one hit. Human so strong that just one shots the dryads. Mamma mia. By the way, I remember when I made a short of Happy Game versus Life, and Mr. Demo, he lost 2 ghouls while creeping in one game. It was Last Refuge. Creeping versus those bloodlusted forest troll trappers or whatever, it's hard. Because they, like, even though they're on level 3, it's hard to manipulate the aggro if they're bloodlusted. And this happens to the best, even to Happy.
Yeah, Moonir desperately needs those bears. If he gets up, let's say, 4-3 hero levels, 70 supply bears, couple of upgrades, Orb of Venom, then we can say, okay, Moon is back in a solid position here. He has so long to go to get there. The counter expansion only starts mining here after 10 minutes. Recently, Night of Expansions came up much earlier. Like I said, I feel like Moon just had the wrong read what strat was coming, and then with the somewhat unusual expo timing with level 3, AM didn't know where exactly to fit in his own expo for the perfect build. And Moon is just, he's looking different. He's looking different, he's not looking as strong as he was.
But this exchange is pretty good for Moon. Like, Fortitude wasted a lot of time with Potion of Invisibility, then he lost some units while creeping. Actually, there was greedy creeping with MK. Info was on the Demon Hunter. Fortitude will have to dodge Bolt, which is always very exciting. But he's not thinking about dodging Bolt just yet, because Demon Hunter is rather safe. But man, there's like a first sign of Moon doing A-okay. He's on tier 3, his expansion is mining. I mean, Fortitude was greedy, he took Militia for creeping Mr. Demo, and now his lumber is not sufficient to go for tier 3, so Fortitude will be forced to do a tier 2 push, and supply is not that bad for the Night Elf.
Now, speaking of supply though, Moon just lost like 10 supply right there. Not sure he can afford that at the moment. He is relying now more and more on bears, as he should. How much can he rely on the heroes? Demon got good items, about to pick up the orb, that's nice. But the Tinker's only level 2. He doesn't have cluster rockets. The Pocket Factory here has to be used as aid. And without a Naga in play, by the way, also the life for the MK is much easier in the front, getting slowed less and taking less damage.
Low on the Enraged Wildkin. Fortitude really wanted to get him, but Enraged Wildkin runs away to safety. And now we are going to have fight in the middle. Is Moon ready? I don't know about that. Staff of Preservation worked pretty well. Orb of Venom, check. Yes, its own Tinker. Probably will be swapped to the Demon Hunter soon. More Dryads are joining Moon army. What is the choice for Fortitude? Rifle Caster, Militia in the middle, the last hit. Last hit for the human and the item as well. Boots of Quel'Thalas in the human inventory, not in the Nidal.
Yeah, would have been sick for the Demon Hunter. Didn't quite get it. One Bear is going to go down as well. Pocket Factory now eliminated. And the supply for Moon isn't there right now. The Expo was too late. This push is coming too early. Tinker will survive with the Invo Potion. We got double Water Elemental. Dryads can't even keep up with the Dispel. Moon is just behind tempo.
Moon shouldn't fight here, right? The camp is done. The item got stolen. Moon needs to play more defensively, fight on his, on his ground, basically, surrounded by the Moonwells and so on. Okay, now Moon is starting to do the Moon things. Tinker with Bears is going to creep, while Demon Hunter with Dryads is going to annoy the human army. Dryads can help with slow, of course, and Demon Hunter will be mana burning. Is it going to be worth it? Minus 69 mana burn to start the fight, and the Sword Lady goes down.
Tinker goes down as well to the creeps.
No! Mr. Demon, no!
Yeah. I think that is the clearest sign we've had these last 2 days that Moon is in a little bit of a slump right now. After having been amazing the last couple of months, this is now clearly looking like a little slump.
Mr. Demo. You know what we need? Moon needs to, after this, needs to start his stream and make a speech that Nidal is the weakest race. What about that?
That would be a little premature. But if anybody can step up the whining game, then it must be the Night Elves. They've been so good at it over the years. Now we have the big push towards the expansion. The AP's in a nice position, and the Wisp there as well, ready for the repair. That's really cool. The human army is not even that big yet, but it certainly looks better than the bear army, where we only have 4 bears, no Dryads, because the Dryads are again trying to intercept. That is smart, but this push that he's facing right now is also looking scary.
Oh, look at this. Fortitude is like, is trying to play it safe, you know. He's doing this crazy push that you mentioned, and now he's taking to tier 3.
I didn't even know he knew that button in this matchup.
Yeah, because like so counterintuitive, right? You got momentum, you got this team. I mean, he didn't know that the Tinker went down, right? So he wants to be very patient. Maybe he remembers how Sok did play. You know, Sok had like 3,000 gold versus Moon at some point in like a 2-base, or actually, excuse me, it was 3-base versus 2-base situation. But giving time to Moon, that's problematic because Moon is so good with those run-bys. If he can keep his second hero alive while creeping, Moon can skyrocket from here. And you may say, so this harassment is not that bad. I mean, it's not that efficient. A human needs lumber and TP was forced. Look at this. Bolt, dodged, mana, burn. MK has nothing.
Yeah, normally, Autumn Leaves is also a really good map against especially Moon's strength. Like you mentioned that when he has time, counter-attack, Dryad, poking, all that. On Autumn Leaves, the two naturals are so close to each other, you can really easily go for a push, and it's often impossible for the Night Elf to go for a counter-attack. But if you go tier 3, if you go out in the corners creeping, all of a sudden a whole world opens up for those counter-attack lame plays. I normally love tier 3, but I'm not sure it is the greatest idea, especially on this map, especially in this position.
Invisible MK can bolt Demon Hunter. MK connects, of course, that's very nice. And those Dryads, they need to start running. One Dryad went down. Tinker is creeping the red camp. I'm going to check this one. Okay, Tinker this time is not dying to the mighty Granite Golem. That's fine. And Moon evacuates with losing 2 Dryads in total. That's expensive, but man, Tinker with the red camp, Medallion of Courage, that's pretty good, right? Tankiness, main stat in mana. Can Fortitude creep red camp himself? We'll see about that.
When Sok played yesterday, he also involved quite some tier 3. But less than he used to, and more did it like with 3rd bases. Very unusual to see this. Demon Hunter is getting surrounded, gonna have to TP, but also Bears in the main base.
Okay, Tinker has crossed on Portal as well. I don't know what you do in your free time, Mr. Demon, but I casted a lot of AI versus AI games recently. Computer Insane play versus Computer Insane. And they always buy double TP, you know? Computer Insane. And that's exactly what Moon did, so And I think it's a compliment, actually, because it made so much sense. The third hero is gone, the harassment is continuing. Tier 3 is ready for Fortitude, but he's not able to get the Tier 3 goodies. Look how many low HP units there are.
Yeah, he had no Shredder, Lumber is low, the Altar was killed, no Blood Mage. This is starting to look worse and worse for FORTI. Maybe should have just gone for that Tier 2 push, hit the expansion, go all in. He was in a good spot to do it. Goes Tier 3, maybe indeed inspired by Sock, but this game is slipping more and more away from him.
You know what it reminds me of? Like, Moon is like a desert. When Human is pushing him Tier 2, Moon is like a barren desert, you know? It's like no flowers, no animals, nothing. But when the rain falls, you know? I remember those, like, National Geographic videos, like, everything blooms, you know? There's, like, animals, flowers, like... And that's Moon when he has more time versus Human. Like, this guy can do crazy stuff, but Fortitude says, enough. I'm done with this. I'm not going to let you lame me more. Let's fight now. Do we have something good on Tier 3? I see Fragmentation Shard for 1 mortar team, 2 mortar teams. So that's nice. But besides that, there is no any Tier 3 goodies. No third hero because Altar was killed. No Inner Fire, no Sorg Ladies on Master ability, no Orb of Slow. Nothing, Mr. Rimodimo. So far, Tier 3 wasn't worth it.
Yeah, all he got here was an AP. Moon again, threatening the counterattack. This could be the Town Hall going down, maybe, if the Bears connect. This is a lot about positioning right now. How do you force the issue? How do you apply pressure? This is where the mortar teams are nice. They can, in a safe position, go for the entangled gold mine there from behind the trees. But Moon is setting up a flank.
And Moon has a lot of base trading possibilities as well, right? Blizzard. Oh, do we have Club? Yes, there is Club! Club on the Wisp. Ah, there was only 2 Wisps, so probably not worth it. Oh, look at this run by Dread on the bottom. Bears from the left. Moon is going in. Moon wants to brawl.
First position on the Bears. Not too well. They get out of range pretty quickly. The Bears haven't been slowed down too much yet. Speaking of a slowdown, there's also the clap. MK wants to be cast Invis next to not get mana burned ideally. Stormbolt on the Demon Hunter is almost level 4. MK super hurt. Bears also taking some damage here. But I think that's a good fight for Moon right now.
Supply is even, but Fortitude has more gold. 2,000 gold in Human Bank. I saw a Knight as well. Super Giga Dread HP, but there is a Knight there. Fortitude panicked a little bit and teleported to his expansion. He needs to walk for the Juicy Scroll of Region, of course. And yes, again, Moon is like a desert during rain season. The life is blooming, Mr. Rimodimo. Another Tree of Life. That's what Moon loves to do. Level 5 Demon Hunter, almost. Tinker is level 4. And the only question is, when and if Tinker will retrain to Rockets. What do you think? Rockets or not?
Yeah, Rockets will be much better here, especially against Blizzard. Really good for the interrupt. FORTI is building towards a huge push, though. He's in high upkeep. 93 supply. He might make it to 100. How much gold does he have for heal scrolls? Enough. 2 heal scrolls, invuln, heal wards as well. Could be insane. There is not much range attack to take out heal wards. This is going to be a terrifying army. If you want to build a perfect 100 supply army, I think it's a human army. But how rarely do you get to this game state right here? Now, FORTI is here, and he's going to have one hell of a force.
Yeah, we have Inner Fire, we have Fragmentation Shards, as you mentioned, we have Range, we have Siege, we have Normal, we have Dispel, we have Buffs, we have Brilliance Aura. This is a very, 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 very strong army indeed that Human has. And what Moon is going to do about this, he starts with getting Flying Machines. Level 5, Demon Hunter, this Mana Burn will definitely connect a lot. And Moon is still splitting his army into 2 groups. Maybe he's even controlling this army with 2 separate control groups, Kappa. But yes, Moon positioning is crazy. And how good is your 100 supply army if you can't really move it that well, if it's slow and clunky? Look at this! Moon is going for the base rate.
Yeah, there's no way to save this. Here comes the TP in. This Expo's dead. Unbeatable army, but beatable economy. Moon's gonna win this with gold in the long run. There goes the expansion, and now Moon is gonna be up 3 bears versus 1 only. What do you gotta run? You gotta run to the expansion right now. You gotta counter-strike. You gotta take out this Tree of Life. Don't waste time. Don't care about the little pocket factory here. You gotta move, move, move.
Good point, but the question is, will Moon take the fight or not? And my observation is, Fairy Dragon check, Mr. Remo Demo, name a more rare unit than Fairy Dragon, like in Warcraft 3 1v1 pro level. I mean, Witch Doctor maybe, but yes, Fairy Dragon is one of the rarest units. And he's here on the battlefield. Actually, 2 of them. Those beautiful anti-spell dragons, they can punish casters with their splash, let's say. Called Mana Flare, I think.
For a little slow here. On the slow, as it turns out. Didn't slow the Demon Hunter when he came in. Made his life pretty easy. Falling back now into a better position. Water teams and Blizzard could be tremendous here.
Militia is coming. This full 100 supply Remo Demo. This is what Human has to offer. This is it. The killing words as well. This is so beautiful.
Crazy good army. How much can the Fairy Dragon do? Mana Flare in the air, but only doing damage against the priests. That doesn't matter. The rifles took him out pretty quickly, and it's still a terrifying human army. There is... He could even go for a new Expo build, by the way. He has just enough gold for it here, does Fortitude.
Yeah, Moon doesn't have to commit here because he has one more expansion, right? So he can allow a human to kill this Expo after some, let's say, okay trade. Moon is ahead in economy, but his bears are dying, and if you are an idle player, you just A-move here, I think you lose.
Yeah, I think taking the fight here was a mistake. I think Moon should just continue to go for the counterattacks. You could have given up this base, and then main base for main base trade, maybe. But now, I guess, now it's too late. Now he can't counterattack anymore. Everything's hurt. The ultimate human army did prevail in the end. The Fairy Dragons didn't do enough. FORTI also did it well. When he saw the fairies deploying, I think he turned auto-cast off on the Sorks. And Priest Heal is very low mana, so if they get mana flared, doesn't matter. It's almost no damage. This was good counterplay with a really strong army. And Moon... It seemed like he almost was back in this game. He was given time for the counterattack and for his strength plays. But now we're in an interesting spot, aren't we? We have no mining for FORTI. This is not over yet for either player, actually.
I mean, I just enjoyed 4 mortar teams hitting wisps with fragmentation shards when expansion was dying. So that was beautiful because the wisps, they have medium armor, right? So fragmentation shard deals more damage. They just evaporated there. But yes, a good point by you, Mr. Remo Demo. Moon is the only player mining. It means Fortitude needs to push into him. Fortitude is taking it slow. He wants for Brilliance Aura, right, to regenerate a little bit more, and soon it's going to be Brilliance Aura level 3, I think. But yes, Moon is still mining, and supply gap is closing.
Why is that on top of retraining, by the way? He easily had the time for it earlier and the money, and now he's looking pretty broke, but he was on 3 mining bases for a while. Why is there still Pocket Factory? At this point in the game, the goblins are okay, but rockets would be way better.
Oh, this Blizzard value. Blizzard value. The heal skull value. Mamma mia.
Okay, good mana burns though. AM also far in front here, a little bit out of position. MK returns back in the fight. He's got lots of mana. Oh, and look at the clap. In misplays here would be perfect as well. MK now out of mana, but 1 mana potion still. The heal ward in the back. Oh my god, the value.
Okay, somebody call PETA, man. PETA, you know, all of those bears, they need a better zookeeper or whatever. How efficient Fortitude trades are. This position is amazing. Fun fact, Moon is ahead in supply. Okay, not now after losing this bear, but his supply is so low. By the way, Moon had enough, so low HP, Moon had enough time to move his main base, and Fortitude is still not mining his long distance mining. Fortitude needs to win this like soon or he'll be in trouble.
He even brought peasants into this fight instead of long distance mining. They're still up here. Of course, priests are healing. We have 4 priests. Seems to be a decent number.
Okay, Archmage has not enough mana for single Blizzard. I'm checking Demon Hunter inventory. He is naked. Where is the Tinker, by the way? Okay, Tinker is approaching from behind. The Tinker can be surrounded.
That mage also taking lots of damage here. Stormbolt on the Tinker. This might be his end. Couple of right clicks, and down he goes. And that looks to be map 2 over. Crazy finish here where no mining was left. Still enough in the tank for FORTI to get that W with the Demon Hunter going down as well. This is his win.
This club, look at the bears, everything is dying. Like, I think without this Tinker death, maybe Fortitude could, like, you know, still, still lose, right? Moon is mining from another base, but now it's beyond over. Now it's beyond over, the heroes are dead, but man.
Stumbled. Come on. Oh my god, so many kills. And Moon is now down to 34 supply only. Waiting for the demon to come back from the altar. That one could be easily killed by these 5 mortar teams. The mortar teams were never killed, never taken out. Much of the rifles seemingly have disappeared, but the mortars are still there, still putting on the right-click damage. Hippogriffs, by the way, totally useless in this game. It's also a big macro mistake by Moon, right? He went into Hippogriffs thinking that there might be gyros coming as anti-fairy dragon. But when the fairies were in the fight, FORTI was out of gold already. He couldn't even go gyros anymore. So Hippos made no sense here. GG.
Aye, Mr. Moon.
28 minutes. We had a nice long game here. Good old 2-base, 2-base. It almost looks like a different player. This is not looking like the Moon that we had. Sorry I have to say it again, but it's crazy. Guys, don't know if you were watching last couple of weeks, but Moon was unbelievable, incredible, unbreakable. Indomitable. And now it's just flat.
Okay, no Mountain King. Archmage opener. By the way, you can study human players by their altar positioning, right? Everything tells me that Fortitude is not going to creep the Mer camp because altar is far away from the Mer camp. It's going to be expansion creep. It's going to be green camp. We'll see about that.
Starting. Wait. He's going for Harass. Level 1 Archmage Harass. The rarest of all sights. Sees the Night of Creep of the Natural and wants to get very aggressive against it. This is going to be a fast 2-farm tech.
Oh, this is how I like to play with Dark Ranger versus Night Elf, of course. Because Dark Ranger would be here at the same time, right? 2 minutes 30 seconds. So Dark Ranger would be here because Tavern is in the middle of the map. But Fortitude... I mean, this is a strategy that Inspired likes, you know, a very young, very skilled human player. And Inspired says, if you don't want to expand, just squeeze the Night Elf early on. Look at the human tech, as you mentioned, that's the fastest human tech possible. How much experience points Moon has? 0. How many style points? Fortitude has a lot, because man, that's pretty nice.
Keeps the green camp here with the militia. Then he could go to the green in the middle, get level 2, and continue with his pressure play. While the footies are threatening wisp attacks, they're also preventing the Ancient of War creep. And it seems like this is the second time after Last Refuge where Moon gets punished for the unconventional Ancient of War creep position.
Yeah, if Moon would be creeping his green camp, right, this aggression would make no sense because Moon would already have an item, right? And but no. And speaking about items, Demon Hunter is in the middle.
If he steals the last hit here, it's a disaster for Moon. This will be level 2 AM. Moon cannot give it away, but maybe he has to. Oh, high damage roll. And slippers, okay. Lucky for Moon here to get this going his way. Finally, something is working out for him.
Okay, that's actually going to be a very interesting game for me to study because we are going to get some answers. Because when you tag that quickly as human, right, you can go for very fast push, right? Just get your second hero, get like 2 rifles, 2 priests, 3 rifles, 2 priests, whatever, and push. Or maybe you can go for a lot of creeping in the mid game to get level 3 free actually. I know that this is like ahead, but I will definitely keep eye on that. Because yes, it's a pretty rare game to see. We need to study this specimen.
Yeah, I think FORTI has to go Naga here. We're very early on. It's a level 1 Demon Hunter. The lower level the demon is, the better right clickers are against him.
B2W jail.
Also, he has no aura. Without Brilliance, you don't want to go mana heavy heroes, I would say. This reeks of Naga right here. It's fishy.
I would be surprised to see Naga here. And it's Firelord.
Firelord.
Mamma mia. Okay, and this with Soulburn. Okay. I mean, like, the only player that plays Naga second now is Mr. Winner. So like that I see Naga consistently from him.
Sok also plays it. Sok also plays it.
Really?
Yeah. We saw it yesterday.
But-
Don't you remember?
I mean, that's kind of true. It's kind of true. But yes, actually, Naga is so rare that I just forgot about this. I just treat it as an anomaly. I stand corrected. I do apologize. Okay, but what I do know that Sok really likes Firelord second, and maybe Fortitude likes it as well. Sleepers and Glove of Haste are already present on Firelord, so he'll be so ready to spread Incinerate effect on the Demon Hunter. But yes, Mr. Ribodimo, what do you think? When Fortitude will push? Level 3 or earlier?
Oh, I would say definitely earlier. It would take a long time to get the Firelord to level 3. Oh, Soulburn creeping against the High Priest. That's really cool. Normally the High Priest makes this camp really hard, but being silenced by the Soulburn, it's a lot easier to creep. Look at that, taking that one very quick. Gets AM level 2. Could go for a Berserker as well.
Yes, no inner fire, nothing like that. So Moon knows that he will be pushed by one base human. Moon is not overmaking archers. Look at this, he has 4 archers, Naga second creeping. And I guess he is going to rush bears. And he only made 1 Ancient of Lore. So he's like, I'm not going to make any Dryads, I don't need a double lore right now. I need fast tier 3, and I need my bears. That's what he needs.
And he also needs time to get that tech really out. Fortitude is creeping quite a bit. Can he use Soulburn here again? Yeah, this is another camp where he could use Soulburn against the High Priest, by the way. This is kind of cool.
I think when you are full mana, you have to spend it, right? Because Archmage has Brilliance Aura. It's like a little bit, you know, not drinking from a Moonwell during the night if your Moonwell is full, you know. It's kind of waste of resources. But yes, now Soulburn connected. He doesn't have Incinerate turn on as well. Like, why keep Firelord on the full mana? I don't know. And, Round Bracers. I was hoping for +6 agility for this guy.
You could sell both items, Ring and Rune Bracers. Certainly the Rune Bracers. How much gold do we have on 40 here? 500. He's going to keep the ring. I don't mind that. It's going to help as well. Buys a circlet. And here we go. Now it's time for the full-blown push. And Moon is on only 33 supply.
Okay,
the
so
item.
50 supply.
The item. He needs it. And gets it.
Not the greatest item for Moon as well. Exactly the same one. But yes, push of Fortitude. Is the real push? Is he bringing militia back? No, the peasants, they stay. Firelord is slowly getting closer and closer to this level 3. But yes, we need to start pushing now. We need some Sorg Ladies. There is 1 Sorg Lady in the human army. But Moon, tier 3 is kicking in. Bears are on the way.
Incinerate is still turned off. Is that intentional? Is he waiting to run out of mana? Use more Soulburn and then Incinerate? Or is he just forgetting? If he's just forgetting and he's never going to use Incinerate, that would be a huge mistake.
No, it's like you can't go Firelord. It's like make Paladin second and never use Holy Light. It's not going to happen. Moon will remember. I mean, Fortitude will remember. And now it's turn on. He just waited for level 3, Mr. Rimodimo.
Yeah, good call by you. I thought he was going to push much earlier than this, but indeed, level 3 taken, lots of items picked up. Okay, now we got Incinerate turned on finally.
Okay, but you know, Firelord is on level 3, that's true, but that's a good question when Human has to push, because now Human is pushing versus Bears, right? In 5 seconds or so, the Bear Master will kick in, and Fortitude is only 13 supply ahead, and now Nidelf has access to this beautiful, beautiful rejuvenation. That's why we love Warcraft 3. This fight can take like 5 minutes, so let's enjoy this.
Bear Illusions here could be soaking up quite a bit of damage. The human army has to be A-clicking at times, can't always target fire. First Scout Tower comes up, the resources are there to go for an upgrade. It's gonna be the Arcane. Demon in the front line. Doesn't have an Orb of Venom, so his right clicks aren't even that scary. More so than Naga.
No, but the Naga can't use a Cold Arrow, and Naga is not on level 3, right? So probably Orb should be on the Demon Hunter. It's on Demon Hunter, he has low HP, but he has a healing potion. But what's next is that the follow-up.
So has to fall back, kite away, use the slow. The bear's pretty exposed. The Firelord right clicks are really strong. He has great attack speed, amazing right clicker. Also, he's got some really good items right here. finding some kills, but still, Moon is trying to force back the human. He cancelled that tower indeed. 10 supply lead on 40. Another camp going his way.
It reminds me one of the Pala Rifle games that I had in my life versus Nidal. So listen to this, Mr. Imodimo. I pushed Nidal with Pala Rifle, and Nidal did exactly what Moon did. I kind of won the fight. I wanted to continue, and Nidal was like, no, let's base race. You know what you do when a human is pushing your main base? You cross entire map on foot, and you start laming. And is there a full base wall off? I think there is, but there is no arcane tower. How much time, in other words, how many moon wells Fortitude can kill?
FORTI's going for the Tree of Eternity. He says, alright, let's tango, baby! Trying to break that wall, though. The farm is gonna be broken, and the entrance is made. Taking a while, though, for the bears to properly get in. A little bit clunky. Militia fighting back. Meanwhile, we get the Tree of Eternity on half hit points. And no Nature's Blessing.
Okay, we are going into base race. Pretty serious base race. Moon has closed on portal and he's teleporting in. I don't know it was worth it for Moon. Okay, now he'll have to fight. Wait a moment. Archmage is exposed.
Yeah, AM too far forward here. Needs to get a move on. Priest needs to get to healing, and they will. The Fire Lord, by the way, crazy tanky. He's got 11.5 armor and evasion. He's looking like a brawler here in the center. AM level 4. This fight looks easy now for 40.
He's clicking on bears. Everything is slowed down. Drells are overwhelmed. Moon got level 3, but now Naga has Cold Arrow turn on, and Demon Hunter has the orb. Fortitude is losing some units, but he has more and more supply. Demon Hunter is barely alive, level 4 Fire Lord. One base expansion doesn't matter. Fortitude is on fire. Mamma mia!
Yeah, easy fight here. It's... I swear to God, dude, this looks like a different player. I'm sorry I'm repeating myself, but it's crazy. It's crazy the difference from one week to the next. Moon has always been known to be a player with peaks and valleys. When he's on top, when he's on point, he looks incredible, but also he has some off days, some off periods. I wonder if we're looking at the beginning of a slump here, which might have started yesterday. This is looking very one-sided right here, right now, and much of this series.
Okay, but this is an idol with Nature Blessing. No, not the Wellspring, I'm sorry. So there is still some efficiency to this quest here, but human has too many units. The human damage output is good, and this poor Demon Hunter man Incinerate is adding up. This Demon Hunter is going to explode.
Boom! He goes. Boom goes the dynamite. And that's it for map 3. 3-0 for 40. He gets the win today as well. We're going to play out the other 2 maps also. They're worth additional prize money. But that's it, GG. Incredible.
I mean, it's official.
This is the biggest fall from grace I've seen in a long time. Worth looking again, by the way, at the crazy streak that the Moon was on. Started in late March. Last 2 losses there were against Sok and Chimico, and then beating TH, Infi, Sok, Chimico, Infi, Chimico, Sok. Look at this crazy run. Starbuck, Chimico, Sok, Starbuck, Chimico, TH, Sok, Starbuck, Sok, 40! Chimico, Sok, Chimico, Leon, Starbuck, Chimico. Lots of 4-1, lots of 5-0s. I am still kind of in emotional disbelief. It is crazy how things changed from one week to the other. We are now in Hammerfall, and I'm excited to see a different strategy here. Keeper of the Grove being tried once again.
Hey, maybe you are right that Fortitude is feeling very comfortable now versus Moon Demon Hunter style. Because it's Demon Hunter plus Greedy Creeping, right? Those are 2 components. Maybe Greedy Creeping is better when you have a Keeper, right? You get level 2, you can entangle. For example, when I play my Warcraft 3 games, playing Keeper versus Human that likes to be aggressive feels better because he's just delivering those footies, right? So Keeper has a lot of defensive advantages, but of course Moon is not a worst streamer. Moon is a very good player, so definitely he can operate Demon Hunter well. But yes, it's a different game. Let's compare the items. Bad item for Moon, good item for Fortitude.
Oh wait, I had the overlay wrong. Now we got it right. FORTI is going one base. First time, no expansion play. Excuse me, second time. So, gonna be looking for a tier 2 push, maybe. Looking to punish a Night of Expansion, maybe. But Moon himself expanding, or rather not expanding, responding by not expanding. And now we're in a very unusual game state. It's Keeper 1 base against Archmage 1 base.
Yeah, that's my point as well. A very uncharted territory. Another specimen worth studying. Okay, what's going to be second hero? Is Demon Hunter or is it Naga? And where is the Keeper? Keeper is back. Okay, how many dead FORTIs? That's my question. Actually, Moon is going for Treants. Because he thinks that Fortitude will fight for real, but Fortitude is not making any more FORTIs. Okay, now we have a beautiful entangle.
Holding on.
3 moon wells.
Yeah, holding on to the mana here a lot. It's very tempting with the Keeper to spam entangle one after the next, kill all the FORTIs, but the thing about FORTIs is normally they will be rebuilt more and more and more. And when you completely run out of moon juice and you have no entangles left, then things get scary. So you need to be a little conservative as well with your mana usage.
Yeah, but versus Expo here, you know, remove the FORTIs and overall damage of human goes down. By the way, I missed Makura creeping. Second circlet, look at this Archmage! This guy is not asking any questions. Mamma mia, this guy has all of the answers. The pressure will continue, and look at this. 5 archers are ready for Moon. And archer number 6 is on the way. Maybe it's going to be triple orb or something. I don't know. This game is getting even more interesting. Entangle on the water elemental. This guy is the big damage dealer, so why not?
Keeper wants to get one last hit here. That would be level 3. He's got Wisps here for the detonates, so that would be the experience normally. Coming from the water elemental. Archer at the Moonwell, getting healed up one more time. One more right click. Keeper has to chase far for the FORTI kill. Keeper has the weakest DPS in the game. Just right click wise. But here gets the level up finally.
Yeah, level 3 is here. I'm checking the skill choice. It's Entangle, not the Treants. And so now the Keeper can kind of follow Human and just Entangle. It's sometimes when you play Farseer Headhunter versus Night Elf, and then Night Elf plays Keeper, and then he finds you with level 3 full mana, and he literally kills four Headhunters for free. But yes, can this Keeper be a nightmare? And definitely Mr. Lacres Fallen is not giving me any nightmares because he's subscribing and gifting 5 subs as well. Thank you very much, good sir. Thank you for the support.
Oh, Keeper steals the item. Haha! With the entangle on the Archmage. Picks it up. It's another pair of gloves for him. That is perhaps not the greatest item, but still one he will gladly pick up. While going for the second hero, Demon Hunter, it is going to be once again against FORTI's upcoming Blood Mage.
Okay, Demon Hunter second, that's an interesting choice, right? Demon Hunter needs creeping, but maybe Keeper is going to harass now, and Demon Hunter will creep, we'll see about that. Archmage is hanging around, so very similar gameplay by both players. They both are harassing with their main heroes. Mr. Demo, check the lab! Fortitude says, I have 2 water elementals, and it's enough to get Forest Troll Warlord that spawns a huge item.
It's going to be a big mana potion for him. Between that and the Aura and Siphon, he's going to have a lot of mana to work with. I mentioned earlier, I think FORTI was always the king of rifle pushers with Blood Mage. Infi also played it quite well at times. Oh, almost stealing that item here, the Keeper as well. Would have been sick. Yeah, Infi used to always play this Blood Mage rifle caster push very well, specifically on Concealed Hill. But I also remember many games of FORTI playing it super well on Turtle Rock. And I feel like if you get a good, strong, big rifle army with Blood Mage level 3, if you have really good micro, you can go far with that.
The game is very, very interesting. By the way, how good is Blood Mage versus hero that has no mana, right? So Keeper was spending all of this mana. Demon Hunter is still on level 1. He needs to creep more. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Mr. Random Gamer, for a tier 3 sub. Mr. Raymond, did you know that tier 3 subs exists? And Mr. Random Gamer is one of them. Thank you.
Yeah, I never noticed when people tier 2 or tier 3 sub, but good eye there. Good catch, Mr. Apeman. Now the first little encounter again in the middle of the map. Moon, though, he doesn't fully want to commit here, I would imagine, because he's taking tier 3. Only really going to get strong with Beers coming out. And like you mentioned before, this demon also really needs some levels.
Interesting situation, that's for sure. Because Moon needs time, and like he's just going for Bear Adept. Keeper is creep jacking from the back, like Moon is everywhere, but I think FORTI is not complaining. He'll get another huge item and experience. Bloodmage is almost on level 3, and man, he'll put this Demon Hunter into the Banished Prison soon.
Yeah, big heal potion is the best item here I think he could have gotten. Absolutely amazing. Got a tanky Blood Mage now as well, putting all the beef items on him with boots. That's because normally when he uses Siphon, he stands still, obviously. And then while you're kiting back, the Blood Mage is left behind a little bit. He's going to take some damage, so everything to beef up the Blood Mage is really good. Question is just, when is FORTI going to go for his push?
In the previous game, he went for this no hurry approach, right? By the way, creeping with Blood Mage and Archmage level 3 is pretty cool because you can pump Archmage with some mana. By the way, Blood Mage had to stop the transfusion because of the Keeper harassment. And can we keep the rifle alive? Yes, the rifle will stay alive. Yes, 8 HP. Amazing reaction by Fortitude. He sent Blood Mage and Priest on the rescue mission. Priest was healing, Blood Mage was dealing with the Keeper. And man, TP full HP for kinda nothing. And now it's time for Fortitude to push. Is he bringing the Militia? Not yet. You need to bring Militia. Pushing without Militia, that's not what you do.
Yeah, being on tier 2 only, normally you don't need much lumber. You can certainly involve those Militia for a serious push. I was sad to see the Ring of Regen being sold, by the way. I think that would have been really good on Blood Mage. Give the tiny ring to the AM, give the Ring of Regen to the Blood Mage. I feel like that might be a mistake. We'll see how much damage the Blood Mage is going to take, how much healing he's going to need. Now we have the push in for real. And only one Sorceress, by the way, for the slow.
That may be too early, actually. We'll see about that. Keeper. Oh, Demon Hunter in the Banished Prison. There's a beautiful interaction. You take all of the mana from the Demon Hunter and then you banish him. Or you can banish a bear as well, of course. Demon got level 3 though. Now he's getting stronger and stronger.
The Crestfallen with 10 gift subs. Jesus Christ, Lecrest, you are being absolutely amazing here over the last couple of days. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Seems like you are. Amazing support, man. Thank you so very much. Here are the Militia that you were missing. Now they're in the push as well. And Moon, it looked bad already before. Now it's looking worse. It's another map that's just looking terrible for it.
Boots are empty. We are fighting in the end of the day, but Fortitude doesn't need Moonwells. He has Brilliance Aura level 2 actually. Priest, Sword Ladies, they provide so much support. As Mr. Lacres Foreign with finalizing this hype train, by the way. Thank you. We have the shared hype train as well. Moon is a patient Night Elf, but Fortitude is not going anywhere, and the first tower will go up slowly. Hopefully, soon.
It's nighttime, at least, finally. Moonja's region kicking in more again. We have Wellspring, so that's good. But the demon, as so often when the demon isn't the first hero, as a second hero it can look very underwhelming. He's level 3, that's okay, but not great. And the items, especially the items, are so bad. Doesn't have Circlet, doesn't have Ring of Protection. He did get very unlucky with the items, to be honest. Triple Gloves is exactly not what you want.
Okay, the Arcane Tower got cancelled. Heal Scroll used, so slowly but surely Fortitude is running out of steam. Moon has Wellspring and his Moonwells are alive. Remember, patient Night Elves, they can squeeze the victory if they can make like a bear hospital. The idea is you have rejuvenation, you have moon juice, you take damage, then you go back, heal, repeat. And even Priest with Brilliance Aura can provide that much. It's going to be the biggest fight of this game. We'll see about that. There is one Brave Wisp ready to detonate, but there is not that much slow. And Fortitude is kiting back. Man, there is no Arcane Towers, there is no shop. The game is still open. Supply is almost even.
Yeah, Sorks are all low on mana, but they are regenerating pretty quickly. The level 2 Brilliance Aura here, of course, is amazing. Would love to see a little bit more banished. The Blood Mage has a lot of mana that he can use here. Staff out, Bear saved, one Rifle banished, but dies to Entangle. That's pretty nice. And now, all of a sudden, the human army looking to be in trouble. Blood Mage, low HP, needs that heal potion. There it is. If only he had that Ring of Regen, by the way. Just saying. He's missing that item now.
Okay, but soon Moon will have to start kiting back. We are in the middle of the night. Moon is making more Moonwells. I mean, he's remaking one Moonwell. He's going for first attack upgrade. Because it's an interesting situation for the Night that can just make Moonwells, I guess. The rifles are dying. If I were Fortitude here, I would say, Mamma mia! This push was so good. But now, Moon is a survivor. And the Keeper is still spreading this orb of venom. And the bears are back to morph. Yes, we need to morph all of them because in the druid form you get more mana per second regeneration. So the bears are resting, and of course it's more efficient to heal them in the druid form as well because they have less HP.
Yeah, Blood Mage is level 3 here. This is going to be a big level that can turn around the outlook of the game. He did not use enough Banish at all, by the way. He was full mana basically this entire fight. Where was the Banish? FORTI, we know that Banish got nerfed quite a bit, but it's still worth using when you have full mana.
I mean, in situations like that, when I'm a human player, I'm starting thinking like going tier 3, expanding, Zeppelin dropping, but it's my games that I lose, of course. And Fortitude says all of those options are we need to keep pushing.
Very nice.
Blood Mage level.
The very nice thing also, when you fall back like that, creep up a bit, it's a lot of time for the Sorks to regen mana. Look at the mana now. They're all looking really good. They can mass slow. A couple of Wisp detonates could be amazing if they do manage to connect. Here come the Wisps, trying to get in, but getting gunned down.
Keeper again spreading Orb of Venom on Sword Ladies in the back. There's so many bears. Demon Hunter with level 4. Still, Moon continues with very, very good trades. And Fortitude needs to start kiting back.
Good mana burn there, by the way. Draining that Blood Mage quite a bit. But here's the level 2 Siphon on a bear. We got more mana again. And Banish. Banish, Banish, Banish. We want to see more Banish. There's one on the Demon. More Siphon can be used.
Oh yes, nice kiting by the human player. And now the day has started. So like, if Fortitude can't win this until the next night, I would say it's over. So now, like, Fortitude is like a vampire hunter, you know. During the day, it's his time to shine. Orb on the Keeper was like denied with the banish. And I like that we are banishing Keeper. No more Orb of Venom effect.
Exactly, and all of a sudden a lot of bears went down, and the daytime here that you mentioned, that is the most crucial thing. The recovery now for Moon is going to be a lot harder. He had a good defensive moment to go, but now suddenly life is looking terrible again.
And Fortitude with the supply elite, but again, it's like literally like with vampires, man. Now it's time for Fortitude to prepare his garlic, to prepare his wooden stick or whatever, and go! Because when the night starts, all of this Night Elf army will be very, very problematic again.
AM almost level 5, by the way. Big water elementals coming soon. We have some Dryad Dispel, but not too much. And the shop is really close by. AM is running over there, ready to pick up a heal scroll. Maybe? No? Apparent. Wait. Yeah, Blood Mage is getting there. He's got just enough gold, almost 250. This is going to be the final stand for Moon.
Okay, we have an artificial night now. Quite good, but not long. 50 supply for Moon. Very efficient. Let's see. Okay, we have Banish on the Demon Hunter now. There is double Orb of Venom, Mr. Demo. 50 supply efficiency for Moon. Moon is kicking in. He can afford those nice items, of course. How is the mana on Sword Glade? It's not that high, but the rats are dying.
Now we got the level 5 AM. Pretty scary. Everything slowed down, of course. The Blood Mage himself also low on mana. Everyone seems to be low on mana. But the Brilliance Aura is on level 3, actually. Oh, not the big water elements, but the level 3 Brilliance, which is crazy regen for everybody. And the Night Elf army is getting kited easily. This now seems like a pretty simple fight for FORTI.
Heal scroll used by Fortitude. He's not willing to start kiting back. There is no mana on Night Elf. It means no mana on Blood Mage as well. All of those rifles are connecting. Moon wants to hide in the safety of the Night Elf base, but there is nothing to hide. I thought that Moon has it, but now looks much better for Fortitude. Fortitude is dealing 3 damage.
GG. GG it is! Fortitude with 4 map wins in a row, just like Sock yesterday. No Warden, by the way, it's Demon Hunter.
Okay, so Moon is relying on... Like, he doesn't want to, like, surprise Fortitude. By the way, maybe he thinks that Fortitude is better than Warden, the Sock was. Who knows? Mr. Moon, show us something. Like, what's wrong, Mr. Moon? Like, after these 2 series, it's like tempting to send Moon a Discord DM. Like, Moon, what's wrong? Are you good, bro? Mr. Moon, you need to give it. 1 for the Nidal fans, please.
A town is under siege.
Okay, the second camp is going to be expansion by Fortitude. MK expansion, that's what we like to see. Moon scouts immediately. He knows exactly what the plan is. And he's teching, so no fast expansion. And he's actually crossing the map, Mr. Remo Demo. I'm afraid of the bolts around. Okay. Is the Remo Demo there, or is I muted or something? But let's continue. So yes, the action continues. Mountain King is full mana. A human will be able to expand quite quickly. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, Demon Hunter is running away from the bolts around. Power build is ongoing. All of those workers are so low HP, but Fortitude is not afraid. He sold the TP. He's like, I can't TP to X, but it's not ready. Moon is running back. He's not counter-expanding just yet. He's stacking. He will be healthy, but healthy or half HP Demon Hunter doesn't matter. Bolts around is what we need.
MK getting ready here to pick up the boots. Sorry, I was gone for a moment. I just had to get some water really badly. Remember, guys, you need to be hydrating. What's your favorite drink to enjoy at home, Mr. Apeman? Is it beer? Is it vodka?
Oh, Mr. Nemo, you might have a lot of stories about that, but I can tell you a funny story. So my English is broken. It's a trademark at this point. I embrace the meme. But sometimes when I have to think about what to say next, I just repeat this phrase. My name is Soleben, I'm an ape, and let's go. And because a lot of like native English speakers, they watch me, and because of the Hera tournament, we had some new viewers. They couldn't understand what I was saying in this my phrase that I was repeating often, and they all thought that I'm repeating that my name is Soul Ape and I'm a lemonade. So the answer to this question, I'm the lemonade man now.
Lemonade. It's also nice. Nice little homemade lemonade. I like that. Dude, speaking of people who have like catchphrases on Twitch, by the way, I watch quite a few Twitch streamers, different games here and there. You know what really bothers me? And I feel like this is a thing for Americans. There's not just streamers that do this, but straight up just people in real life in America. I noticed this as well. In America, they repeat things a lot. They're like, and then we're gonna go over there to the bar. We're gonna go to the bar over there. Or, you know what I'm talking about? They do that all the time. And also in Twitch streams, they repeat themselves all the time. And I know that's something very petty of me. It doesn't really matter, but it does bother me. Also bothered is the demon here in the surround. Who's gonna die first? Might be both. The TP actually saved the demon and the MK barely getting away. Another moment. These last 2 days, all these slim moments, all these tight moments, none of them seem to be going in the favor of Moon. Unless he gets that MK, but he can't.
Yeah, Moon did not teleport Naga and 2 archers on purpose because it's all about canceling healing. How much damage we can do with 2 archers, not that much, but how much damage we can do with 3 ancient protectors, Mr. Remo Demo. And Nature Blessing on top of that. Moon wants tier 2 all-in. He wants it now. Fortitude is stacking. It's going to be a huge, huge push with 1 Ancient of Lore as a backup. Do you like this Ancient of War? Moon has no lumber. He's 15 wisps though, so maybe it's enough.
Yeah, this is looking pretty strong. This is looking pretty scary right here. With Mass Militia, you can have a strong defensive hold. I think FORTI... Wait, does he know? No, I think he didn't know. Now he knows, though. He's got lots of footmen. Can that be enough to break through? This is a scary-looking siege right here.
Okay, the defense is kicking in. By the way, sometimes when you have Sklovtan portal, what you can do as human, you can pull literally all militia and teleport with MK on top of those ancient protectors, like Speedy Gardener, you know, with a hatchet to remove all of those plants. But yes, Fortitude is pulling all of the militia, Mr. Rimodimo, all of it. He has like 2 militia at home. Fortitude is cosplaying Gardener now.
Alright, this is the cavalry charge, like Theoden on the fields of Minas Tirith. Death, 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 they chant, and they're trying to kill this Demon Hunter who has no TP anymore, and the surround easily leads to the kill. MK level 3, now level 2 Stormbolt. FORTI's taking care of the APs. In the end, I think I was wrong. Turns out this wasn't even that scary.
I mean, that was definitely very scary, but this mass militia pool was amazing, and Ancient Protectors are dying. Defense is amazing versus piercing damage. And yes, Gardener Fortitude is delivering. Mamma mia.
AP goes down, Demon is dead, we got no counter expansion. Dryads, I suppose, are coming, but who cares? We got a million defense footies here. 42 supply, MK level 3, close to 4. And the best thing is, the tech is even finished for 40.
Yeah, Moon is cooked, with all due respect. His Demon Hunter died. I mean, what Moon could do better here? I don't know, maybe he should like stay with the towers, because his Demon Hunter was surrounded away from the towers, but towers were busy attacking footies. I mean, I saw 3 Ancient Protectors with Nature Blessing. It was like, mamma mia, that's quite powerful, but wasn't powerful enough. Fortitude without the TP, Fortitude with mass footies. Delivered. And by the way, he's still keeping them in defense form now. It's fixed. Demon Hunter MK is going to buy heal score. Oh, when you have that many footies, 10 I'm talking about. Man, this heal score is going to be so good. The more units you have, the better. And it's going to be a very, very big squeezing. Should Fortitude like all in here? Not really. He is super giga.
Next round.
He just wants to finish the game in the style.
Can't get out. Wait, Naga's coming? Is there time for a staff? Well, without a shop, certainly not. Couple detonates, but the demon is dead again. We got the level 4, got a Regent Scroll, and still footies in the main base. And you only have piercing damage to fight against defend. That doesn't look good. We might be close to done here. GG! Fortitude! With a 5-0 win. Moon getting battered! Crazy! After the craziest streak we've seen all year long. Fortitude now, and Sock just absolutely dismantling Moon.